Hello and welcome to this Business Central video. Today I'll be going through how to create a Business Central trial. So this is the first in a series of videos going through how to make the most out of a Business Central trial. So after this video, there'll be subsequent videos on how to do things like create sandboxes, which you can then hook up things like VS Code to customize Business Central, how to add email, how to give users access to the trial license so other users in your organization can use Business Central to start using all the good stuff that it's got to offer. And then also how to add your own data. So how to create a brand new company and start importing your own data. So I've got some config packages which can help along that way. So the first thing to have a look at is the setting up the trial. So that's obviously going to be the first starting point. So here I am in the try section of the Business Central documentation, and this is where you can find all the information on the Business Central trial. So I just wanted to, it's a very good place to start this, because if you ever have any troubleshooting or ever want any information about the trial, it's all held in these pages. So the first thing to note here is that the Business Central trial, although it kind of says around there that it lasts 30 days and things like that, it's actually an indefinite trial. So when you sign up for the Business Central trial, it gets added to your Microsoft tenant and you can use it indefinitely with the trial license. And what that means is that you can access the Cronus company, which is Microsoft demo company, indefinitely with that trial. As soon as you add your own company data, that's when you get a 30-day trial with that company. You can extend that trial past 30 days. And then if you love Business Central, which I'm sure you will do at that point, you can get a full license and then that company then lasts. But if not, then the trial runs out and you can no longer use that company. You can delete that company and still use Cronus. The license allows that, the trial license. You can then even create a new company. So you could create a brand new company and then you get another 30 days. So that's actually mentioned here in the trial FAQ somewhere down here, I think. How long does the trial last? The free trial lasts as long as you like, provided you keep signing in. So if you didn't sign into the trial after what it says here, 45 days, then Microsoft are at liberty to just delete the trial, remove it from your tenancy. But if you keep using it, then it lasts forever. But it does say here, but if you want to use your own data, which basically means create a brand new company within Business Central, that'll switch to a 30-day trial for that company. So with all that said, let's start to create the trial. So you create the trial by clicking this button here, which opens up this web page. You then click try for free, which opens up this web page, and this is where you have to then supply a work email address. So you can't get a trial using any old email address, like a personal email address, Hotmail account, an Outlook account, or anything like that. It has to be a work email address. So what happens, another thing to note at this point is if you have Microsoft services already, so like Office, then you'll already have a Microsoft tenant, which houses all your Microsoft services. And Business Central, it'll just be added into that Microsoft tenant. It'll actually say something like, you have Microsoft services, you already have a Microsoft account or something, and we're going to, so it'll just add it in. If you don't, at that point, it'll create a Microsoft tenant for you automatically with a .onmicrosoft.com extension. So your domain, for example, mine, gavin.whittaker@thedynamicsexplorer.com, if I was to sign up with that and I didn't have a Microsoft tenant, then I'd get a custom domain from a Microsoft tenant called thedynamicsexplorer.onmicrosoft.com, created automatically in Business Central, would put in there. And then from in that tenant, I could associate it with my custom domain. I can purchase Microsoft services and all that good stuff. So just to show you what I mean by that, up here, I have got this is my Microsoft tenant that I'm going to be, so I've got an email address that I'm going to be using, and this is the tenant. So if I go to my current products, it's a demo tenant, this, you can see that I've got these products at the moment. These are the licenses that I've got, so there's no mention of Business Central at all. So I'm going to use an email address associated with this tenant to create my Business Central trial. So let's go for it. So if I go here, I just need to copy my email address and pop it in there, and then click next. So like I said here, it says, looks like you're already a Microsoft customer. So that means I've already got that tenant. So it's just going to add Business Central into this tenant. So I am then going to click sign in. It asks me to, oh, so it signed me in because it's had my credentials cached. At that point, I could have been prompted to enter a password. I just put my password in, authenticate, and then here we go. So at this point, I put a phone number in, so I'll just put any old number in there. I'm not going to take any option, and this bottom option, I'm just going to click get started. At this point now, it's asking me, do I want to start adding in any of my colleagues in here to give them a license? What the system will do is give them a license so they can use that email address, their work email address, to log in. But I'm going to do all that in the actual admin center in a separate video to show you how to do that. So I'm going to say skip this and go to Business Central. It says thanks for signing up, and I just click get started, and it'll now start to think. I'm going to skip this survey, and if I pop into my tenant, you can see here at the moment I've just got those products. If I click products again, if I go to licenses, maybe still not got that, so it's still creating this tenant at the moment. If I go back up here, if I refresh, perhaps it is normally pretty quick. So you can see licenses here now. I've got the licenses in my tenant. If I go to your products, I've now got Business Central along with my other products. So the tenant is all being created now. And that's pretty much it. Once this finishes, I'll have access to the Cronus demo data. And then I can play away with that, like I said, indefinitely. There's no limit. But I can also do things like create my own company, because I might want to import my chart of accounts, my customers, and see how things work. And I can create other sandboxes, and I'll go through all that in another video. So let's just see, this is still creating. I was hoping that it'd be finished by now. Just give it a few more seconds. It's just creating everything. The cog's obviously not turning. But if I go into here now, into this, so while that's just doing, if I go into my admin center, I signed up. If I go into my active users, I signed up down here with this mod administrator. And if I go into here now and go into licenses, you can see it's giving me a license to Business Central, and you get these 10,000 licenses. So it's automatically done. I can go in here now and start assigning licenses, which I will go through in another video. So that is still creating. Hopefully it will be done shortly. But yeah, anyway, that's the trial done. I've signed up for the trial now. When that's all completed, it's just spinning up and creating the Business Central environment for me. It takes sometimes can take a bit longer than normal. But that's it. So thank you very much for watching. Stick around. Hopefully there'll be some more videos coming out about how to get the most out of this trial. So rather than just using Cronus, how to add your own company and things like that. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you found it useful, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.